Good afternoon and welcome everybody to Mainland Regional High School here on BFA.
Al Fisher,
Sports
Doug
on my
Stasic,
Hill.
as we are set to bring you the South Jersey Group 3 baseball championship here today. A highly anticipated matchup. It was supposed to be yesterday, boys.
It was supposed to be yesterday,
we got a
boys.
packed house
today.
We have local rivals. This sets up to maybe be one of the biggest high school baseball games in this area ever.
Well, if you can't go to the beach, Al, why not come to a baseball field? It's beautiful. It's a South Jersey final championship, and is there a better rivalry you can think of?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, I came without my suntan lotion, but we already got the cloud cover. But talk about dramatics today, folks. Both of these teams have gone 11 innings. Mainland twice, Ocean City once. So they have the flair for dramatics. Definitely can see some flair for dramatics today.
Well, boys, pitching. Ocean City has it. 4 Division I arms. We're going to see Gannon Brady today. He's going to Fordham.
Yeah, so Gannon Brady, Coach is very excited. Coach Bristol is going to give him the pill on the hill. And if I'm not mistaken, had a chance to actually catch up with him just a little while ago. All right, we're here with Coach Andrew Bristol of the Ocean City Red Raiders. Coach, it's go time. Welcome to the South Jersey Group 3 championship game. Coming right up.
Doug
Stasic, Group BFA Sports. So, Coach, looking forward to this one, huh?
This is what we play for when we start back in March. This is one of our goals, and to be able to get to this game is an accomplishment, and I'm proud of these guys.
Well, a lot to be proud of. You got Gannon Brady starting on the hill. Bit of a hero role in the last game to help you guys get there. Excited to have Gannon on the hill. He's been one of your go-to guys all year long.
Yes, absolutely. He's our main guy. He deserved this start, and I said I'll take Gannon Brady in the big game in any day, any year, and he's ready, and we're ready.
It's an electric lineup for Ocean City. Coach, I know you can't really give away too many of your Archive Chevrolet keys to the game here, but this is going to be one. I guess you're expecting a tight battle, going to be a nail-biter to the end.
Oh, absolutely. This is our rival, right? And every game's always every pitch. It comes down to every pitch, and this is no different than any game we play with them, and we don't expect it to be any different. It's going to be just a battle.
All right, so we got Gannon Brady on the hill to start. You got quite the stable of pitchers that are going to be in the bullpen. I'm guessing you're probably not going to tip your hat, but I guess we'll wait and see as the game wears on.
I'll just tell you, they're all ready. They all want the ball, which is what you want. So I'm going to have to just throw the ball up in the air. Whoever grabs it maybe comes in. We'll see.
All right, well, you heard it. Coach Andrew Bristol of the Ocean.
As we are at live action here, Gannon Brady with a single to start things off. He lines one past Luke Sharp, the shortstop, and we have a leadoff base runner. 1 pitch, 1 out. Mark Elliott is on the mound for Mainland, the left-hander. Obviously, Chase Petty is out of pitches today. He will not be used in this game. A bunt opportunity for Ben Hogue, who is hitting second in the Ocean City lineup today. Joe Rapetti hits third. He's the catcher. Matt Noonan in right field hits 4th. Tommy Finnegan at first base hits 5th. Joe Mancini's at short hits 6th. Duke McCarron in center. Jack Perry at 3rd. And Ben Lebrand is the left fielder. They will face senior left-hander Mark Elliott, his battery mate Cole Campbell. Around the diamond we go with Wood, Sharp, Petty, and Levin in the Mustang infield. Hogue gets the bunt up the right side. Levin's going to let it go. And it's foul.
Smart move by Levin to let that one go. Obviously, that was a good bunt. Drop down there by
Ben Hogue.
Yeah, Ben Hogue.
Outfield today for Mainland with Elliott on the mound. Sheeran is in center. Christian Elliott is in left. And Clayton Sands is in right. Here is Hogue. And the pitch is downstairs for a ball. Ball and 2 strikes. Elliott the lefty. The 1-2 pitch. Up and in. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strike. Mark Elliott pitched the opening round against Apsagami. Gave up 1 run in that game. And here's the pitch. Rounded towards third. Wood in front of it. He can't corral it. And now a 2 runners on to start things off. As a sharp hit ball over to Sam Wood at third base. He could not bring it in, and the Red Raiders have their first 2 runners of the game on today.
Yeah, we talked about dramatics right before this game started, and we've got it going already in the top of the first. Tough one to handle for Wood, though. Real tough one.
Yeah, that was hit hard. I'm imagining it's an E in the books. I mean, it's right in front, but that is a sharp hit baseball.
Yeah, I would agree. E5.
And here's the catcher, Joe Rapetti. He is the epitome of a leader. He's the quarterback of the football team. He's the point guard of the basketball team, and he's the catcher of the baseball team. I mean, you don't get any more leadership positions than those three.
You encompass every position you pretty much could in any sport. So, absolutely. Great leader on this Ocean City squad.
Rapetti fouls one off into the Red Raider dugout. Great family. Sue was a teacher of mine at Mainland. She's at Mainland. Her son's at Ocean City. That's what this game is all about.
Right.
You see a lot of that here.
Intertwined relationships. Love it. Friendly rivalry, right?
That's right. No balls and 2 strikes. Elliott winds, and he gets Rapetti on strikes and throws that one kind of outside, down, and away.
Yeah, good spot by Elliott to keep it away from Rapetti to get the first out of the inning.
That brings up Noonan, the right fielder. He's heading to Boston College as a pitcher, but he can swing the bat as well. His brother Danny Noonan had a great career, was drafted, fouls one off. Great family. I think his mom might be the best athlete of the group.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's Mom do?
She's a runner.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Hurdles?
That I can't confirm. That pitch is over for a called strike 2. Chris Losey's behind the plate today.
Oh, no.
That's why I'm stuck with you two.
Oh, great. So
No
we're talking
ball.
about Florida Dramatics.
No balls and 2 strikes. Elliott's pitch is just low to Matt Noonan.
Yeah, nice job by Noonan to lay off that one. Tough pitch to lay off, but he did. Good discipline there at the plate.
Gannon Brady reached base with a sharp hit single. Here's the pitch from Elliott. It's hit to right field. Sands is up on it and makes a one-handed grab and quickly gets the ball in. So 2 away with 2 on, as that one was sharp hit to right field, but Clayton Sands comes up and makes the grab.
Yeah, hit right at Clayton Sands. Nice piece of hitting by Noonan. Went the opposite way and hit it hard, but right at him.
I'll tell you, Sands, he kind of came in on it, and then boom, you see him kind of one hand up. That was a nice line shot. That brings up Big Tommy Finnegan heading to Vanderbilt. He's a pitcher as well. This team is stacked with arms. I think Finnegan is the only Red Raider pitcher not available due to the pitch count today. Gannon Brady will start. Duke McCarron heading to Maryland. He's available. Finnegan's going to Vanderbilt. Noonan's going to Boston College. They're all committed.
The virtual who's who on this baseball field today.
Over for a called strike.
Had an opportunity to talk to Coach Bristol, and he had mentioned that Noonan will most likely be the first guy out of the pen.
There you go. Nice to have a big 6'2" lefty to come in. And Finnegan takes a big swing. You know, I saw Finnegan, when he was 13, I had him, and he wanted to play third base. I said, do yourself a favor, buddy. Get yourself first baseman. I have a feeling that's where you're going to be. He was taking ground balls. I said, hey, Tommy, how's that first baseman doing for you over there? Something, when you get to this high school level and you have an arm like him, they don't want you playing third base if you don't have to. But he took the role at first base, and obviously he has run with it because he's done a good job over there for Ocean City as well as on the mound. And he's up with a chance to give Ocean City a first-inning lead here. Nothing to score, early stages. The 1-2 pitch, and that one is on the inside part of the plate for a ball, 2-2.
Good miss by Elliott on that last pitch. Something we're hoping that Finnegan would chase after. Finnegan showing good discipline at the plate.
Elliott from the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. And he gets Finnegan to kind of chop at it. It gets away from Campbell, and
yeah,
it looked like
I don't know. I
there
thought
was
the ball
an
was
out called
foul.
there,
Yeah,
right?
it was called out.
Yeah.
Called out. Third swing, strike.
So they're going to say that he did swing on the play, and a strikeout there of Finnegan. So 2 left on base for Ocean City here in the top of the first. Mainland coming to bat in the bottom half here on BFA Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Back here at the bottom of the first inning, as Mainland comes to bat for the first time, they'll do so with this lineup facing Gannon Brady today. Leading off playing is the pitcher. It's Mark Elliott. Second baseman Chase Petty. Brody Levin hits third, plays first base. Cole Campbell, the catcher, hits fourth. Joe Sheeran's in center, hitting fifth. Christian Elliott's in left. He hits sixth. Clayton Santos in right, hits seventh. Sammy Woods, the third baseman. And Alex Aguillan is the DH for Luke Sharp today. They will face right-hander Gannon Brady. Here's his defense behind him. In left field, Ben Lebrand. Duke McCarron's in center. Matt Noonan plays right. Third to first, Perry, Mancini, Hogue, and Finnegan. And the battery today is Brady and Joe Rapetti for Andrew Bristol's Red Raiders. 17-7 here in the Group 3 South Jersey Finals. Mainland 23-3. They are the number 1 seed here at home. And their first cracks today at the senior Gannon Brady. This guy was the 2-time scoring leader in the Cape Atlantic League basketball. He's the only Ocean City guy to do that, 28 points a game this year and last year. He has been a tremendous high school player for both the basketball team and the baseball team, and he gets a chance to win the biggest game of the season today. That's who they went to.
So you talk about a guy that's ready to be on stage, and this is the guy right here, Gannon Brady. So here we go.
He has been on this stage for a long time. His name has been thrown around on this mound since he was 12 years old, pitching the Ocean City Little League team to big wins. And here he is as a senior now, getting his opportunity. And he'll face lefty Mark Elliott. So the two pitchers both hitting leadoff today. You don't see that too often.
Barely see it at all. Rarely see that.
Brady winds and fouled back off the screen from Mark Elliott.
Nice cut by Elliott.
Elliott has been the steadiest leadoff man you could find. He's done it for, well, obviously the COVID year last year, but since he got here as a freshman, he has been in this Mustang lineup. And the all-speed offering is over for a called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mark Elliott, the pitcher for Mainland today.
Yeah, Elliott's got to be careful. He said that the pitch actually made a gesture to his chest, saying a little high, and Losey did not. Made sure he made a comment right back to him.
The 1-2, that one's way away. Little overthrow there for Gannon Brady. Ocean City and Mainland, both with a lot of tough battles just to get to this point. Both live with their pitching. Balls, the 2-2's fouled, and the count remains.
Yeah, Mainland actually one-run ball games in dramatic fashion. We mentioned in the pregame. Had to do a walk. They've had 2 walk-offs. Went 11 innings, like I said, in 2 out of the 3 games in this championship series.
The 2-2 pitch from Gannon Brady. He has that big looping curve. He goes with the fastball and gets it by Mark Elliott. Something you don't see often, a strikeout of Elliott. And there's one away here in the bottom of the first. All right, here comes Petty, the Mainland second baseman. So, again, if you're watching and wondering how come he's not pitching today, he threw the last game, so he is out of pitches. You get 110 pitches in a week at the high school level, and he has hit that max. And there's that big looping overhand curveball from Gannon Brady. He starts off Petty with that, and he gets ahead in the count, 0-1.
Yeah, Chase Petty struck out 17 in the last game against Morristown, so obviously he is not ready, but the young man can do it with the glove and the bat, as we've seen in dramatic fashion.
Another overhand curve, up and in, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. And I bet you if you asked him, hey, could you give us a couple innings if the rules allowed, he probably could.
He's a horse. He's definitely going to do it. No pun intended, by the way, being a Mustang.
Yep.
Or pun intended.
1-1. And there's that curveball again, and it is driven. It looks to be tight to the line, and Lebrand goes all the way out and makes the grab in foul territory.
Wow, great concentration by Lebrand to follow this one all the way out in foul territory with a group of people sitting there in the stands. Or I should say on the field.
Right,
Look at this.
You got to keep in mind, too, right? There's the out-of-bounds line right there, so he's got to see if his feet are near there, too.
That's incredible concentration on his part.
Toe drag swag. It was the NFL season.
Right. Hey, lady, move your blanket over there. I'm trying to play a game here. Here's Brody Levin, senior, first baseman. Fastball on the inside part of the plate for a called strike. 0-1. You know, You know anything about Gannon Brady? He is a strike thrower. He pounds the strike zone.
Brady, a pitch to contact type of pitcher. Get it done.
And the senior fastball is up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the first, 0-0. Mainland and Ocean City. Group 3, South Jersey Championship.
I don't know if you mentioned while we have a little bit of a timeout, Gannon Brady actually pitched a one-hitter back in the quarterfinals against Lacey, number 7 Lacey, to win that game 3-0 as Ocean City came out 10-0 and 3-0 first games of this series.
The 1-1 fouled back off the screen, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Gannon Brady, the senior. Goes with the old stirrup socks. I like it.
Love them.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Brady upstairs. And the 2-2. I like that waist. I like that. And then you come back with the curve here.
Sure, absolutely. And he actually has a little bit of a leg kick where he pauses in his leg kick, too, to throw the batter off in his timing.
He's got
like
that little where he kind of separates his hands and
Yep.
brings them back. See Brady fiddling with the baseball. Let's see if he comes with that curveball. And it's a fastball up and over the hands. Levin goes chasing, and he's down on strikes.
Great.
3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the first. We head to the second inning. 0-0's the score on BFA Sports. Back here at the top of the second inning, Ocean City will have Mancini, McCarron, and Perry coming to the plate. 0-0's the score. Second inning of work for Mark Elliott, the Mustang lefty senior. All these seniors hoping that this is not their last game. That's another thing that a storyline in all playoff games. The seniors, when will it end? For one of these teams, it ends today. Fastball up and away. Ball 1, 1-0 to James Mancini.
Yeah, to your point, these seniors, all kinds of mixed emotions, right? Last game, can win a championship. You talk about adrenaline flowing here, you could feel it.
Ground ball towards short, pass sharp, base hit for James Mancini, and the leadoff base runner for the second straight inning for the Red Raiders. Brings up Duke McCarron. Duke came in relief in that game the other day. He's heading to Maryland as a pitcher. McCarron's a very versatile player. Can play pretty much any position on the field. He puts down the bunt. It's up in the air. It falls in between Campbell and Elliott, though, and it's a fair ball when the runners advance.
Wow, tough one for Mainland as this pitch is popped up, as you'll see it right here. Popped up, golden opportunity for a double play, but it falls in between as one couldn't call the other, and obviously drops safely.
Yeah, it looked like at the last minute Campbell kind of looked at Elliott and thought that he was going to get it, and they both kind of looked at each other, and it falls in between. So you got a runner at first and second. Now does Perry lay down a bunt, and he is squaring. The ball's inside. You know, Ocean City, for as talented and as deep as they are on the mound, they need to scratch out runs in different ways. It's not a team that's known up and down the lineup. So they are squaring the bunt, getting guys over. Here's Perry. Perry gets the bunt down towards third.
Great
Wood
bunt.
fields it. He
Look
can't
at this.
pick it up,
Wow.
and Perry reaches base.
These guys are deploying small ball. Look at it right here, trying to put pressure on the infield defense. And Coach Bristol got to be thrilled with this kind of execution early.
And Lee Brandt now the 9-hole hitter. You wonder if you see a little funny stuff here as well.
Oh, with a 9-hole hitter, you can expect probably another bunt, maybe a squeeze.
Wouldn't rule it out here. Base is packed with Red Raiders. Lee Brandt on the mound, at the plate. Elliott on the mound. It looks like the Mainland defense is back in the middle. They are up on the corners. Elliott's pitch. Down and in. Ball 1.
Lee Brandt's definitely going to be selective, especially coming out of that 9-hole. He's going to force Elliott to throw him strikes.
The 1-0. Grounded towards second base. Petty on it. And there's nobody at first base.
Oh, wow.
And the run scores. And kind of a fielder's choice there because there was nobody to throw the ball to.
Fielder's choice situation if the play was made, but actually an infield singles. Petty has no one home at first. And a run scores for Ocean City.
So 1-0 Ocean City on a ground ball. Just an innocent ground ball, guys. And look, we've got a infield bunt, a ground ball to second, a run scored. I mean, nothing crazy happened this inning with the bat.
Nothing crazy happened to bat, but a crazy set of situations for Mainland right now, what they're facing with Ocean City. Now, Ocean City with momentum and back to the top of the lineup, so that's why Coach Billy Kern's out on the mound.
So Kern, looks like Mike Edwards
it's Mike
out
Edwards,
there
sorry.
having a conversation with his infield. There's a big spot here. You got the top of your Gannon Brady, who, if you pick one Ocean City hitter to come up in a big spot, I'm sure Andrew Bristol would handpick number 10. Gannon Brady has big hit after big hit, and he has a chance as the pitcher to really break this thing open. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the second. Feels like a moment here.
Sure does. You can expect big things out of Gannon Brady in this spot.
Ground ball. Past the third baseman Wood. Into left field. 1 run scores. A second run comes around. And the Red Raiders lead it 3-0 on an RBI double by the senior Gannon Brady.
As soon as we say it, first pitch drives it right down the line for a stand-up double. 2-run score for Ocean City, and here we go with no outs.
Great shot down the line by Pete Thompson. Want to give Pete a shout out. He was money on that one. That thing had inside the chalk all over it.
So Lee Brandt over to third. Brady's on second. Still nobody out, and 3-0 is your score.
Yeah, Pete Thompson's got to get good at Facebook, though. I've friend requested him a long time ago. Hasn't accepted it yet.
Oh, he knows better than accept your friend request. I can tell you that right now.
Jack Hogue is in to run for Gannon Brady. And they're going to bunt again. That one is up, and Levin. So Ben Hogue's bunt is high in the air to Levin, and that is the first out of the inning. And that brings up Rapetti. So Andrew Bristol not afraid to lay a bunt down.
Man.
He has bunted 1, 2, 3, 4 times this inning.
Got to love a coach. Love a small ball. Get it done. The runs are right there, right on the scoreboard. 3-0 already.
Ground ball towards third, bounces over the head of Wood and into Andrew Bristol's arms for a foul ball. This is Joe Rapetti, who struck out his first time up. Skied down the third base side. Wood.
Oh, catch. Nice job by Wood.
Yeah, man. Nice catch by Wood, the all-star play over there, third base. Another all-star shot by our camera crew today.
Going for Mainland after a 3-run second inning from Ocean City. They lead it 3-0.
Yeah, Mainland's not unfamiliar with being behind. Obviously back in the quarterfinals against Triton. They were down 7-4 with Chase Petty with the dramatics of a 3-1 inning to bring them into a tie after a walk-off. So Mainland probably not shook up at all, so get it back together.
Off the backstop.
Nice
One
cut
ball
by
and 2
Campbell.
strikes.
Real nice cut by Campbell. She just misses that one.
The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch here from Gannon Brady. The curveball is hit towards third. Perry across the diamond. Big stretch by Finnegan and makes the play.
Wow, great play by Perry. As he backhands that one, goes across the diamond. Get Cole Campbell by about a stride. Here it is again.
Perry with a great backhand, but he didn't rush the throw and makes a strong throw across the diamond. Jack Perry, kind of one of the unheralded players on this team. Great defensive player. And that brings up Joe Sheeran. And Sheeran comes 2 away here in the Mustangs' second.
Gannon Brady's got to love those 1-pitch, 1-outs as he protects his pitch count.
Yeah, that's big. You know, you kind of fight with that as a coach. You want your guys sometimes to be aggressive, but you know there's the pitch count. If you take a pitch, you know, there's a pitch that he throws.
But how much does the pitch count really matter when you know that you got all kinds of backups in the bullpen?
That's true. Ocean City doesn't have to worry about it too much. And here's the freshman, Christian Elliott. Jumped into the Mainland lineup recently and has not given up that spot. In fact, he's hitting all the way in the 6 hole now, playing left field today. His brother Mark is pitching. So it is our old boy, Sully boy, Dave O'Sullivan from Glory Days.
And watched the replay of the game about 6 times on YouTube.
Oh, without question.
Great kid, great young man.
You know, and that's something that is interesting. Is like after the game is played, the whole team, you know, goes back and gets a chance to watch the game.
Yep. Didn't have that back in the 80s when we were playing.
No, we didn't. The 1-0. Fouled off the mask of Joe Rapetti.
Yeah, that's going to leave a mark.
We actually had it for football. 2 balls and a strike to Clayton Sands. 2 out here in the second. Sands rips one into left field. It's a base hit. Falls in front of Liebrand. Over to second base is Elliott, and there's 2 on with 2 away here in the second. And that'll bring up third baseman Sammy Wood.
Well, he wanted to be a member of the BFA Primetime Highlights. So, you know, you mentioned he wants to get on air. Why not come up big? They are now cooking. Speaking of cooking, if perhaps your stove, your oven might just not work out and you're down the shore area, why not call our buddy?
And Brady with 2 down here, 2 on. And that one is over for a called strike. So it's 0-2 to the Mustang third baseman.
The thing I like about Brady is he works quick. He throws strikes. As an infielder, you're not sitting there getting flat-footed.
The 0-2. Fastball fouled off, up and in. Yeah, Brady, we mentioned, he's
The kind of kid, Mike, where I feel like if you threw him in the wrestling team, he'd go out there and get out of districts for you.
The 1-2. Swung on and missed, and Brady gets out of pressure situation with a strikeout, and we stay at 3-0. Ocean City 3, Mainland nothing. We head to the top of the third on BFA Sports. One ball, no strikes. As we are here in the third inning of the Group 3 South Jersey State Final. Foul ball beaten into the ground.
Finnegan striking out last time up in the first inning.
Mike, going to test your pregame research here.
Yeah.
I just tweeted out a little Cal trivia with their team.
3-2 pitch, and swing and a miss by Finnegan, and he struck him out. Second time he gets Finnegan today. And
I mean, when we had Sheeran, he was what, about 5'2", maybe?
Oh, I said of all All right, here at the top of the third inning, BFA Sports presentation of the South Jersey Group 3 High School Basketball Championships. Mike Gill, Al Fisher, Doug Stasic, Dave O'Sullivan from Glory Days Magazine, and our crew bringing it to you live exclusively on BFA Sports. And
Silky Dave O'Sullivan.
Mainland starts off here in the bottom half of the third.
You ever been there, Al?
So.
New Orleans? Silky O'Sullivan's?
I have.
That's an awesome bar, right?
Yeah, you don't want to go there because Doug's got a story about that.
I'll tell you a story.
Alex Sagigian, the designated hitter for Mainland.
I tried to get a free drink down there and showed him my license. Guy was like, dude, you know how many O'Sullivans we get here every year?
This is like the reverse of my high school days. I used to be the guy looking off the other guy's paper. Everybody's looking off my paper. What do you want from me?
Right, you got all these pretty colors on there. I just want to. I'm kind of drawn to it.
yeah.
Yeah, look at him. Yeah. Talk about OCD. Look, he's fixing his pens
He
now.
asked me if I had
I'm
a
going to
pen.
point everything out.
He asked me if I had a pen. I got 6 in front of me. I go, no.
No, he did. No, he did. He said, no, I can't spare you one.
Well, they all have a purpose.
Can't spare a square?
Pop up high to third. Perry is underneath. Now the shortstop Mancini calls him off. That thing came bending back in, and Mancini, the shortstop, takes care of it for the first out here in the third.
Yeah, Perry looked like he was going to make the catch, and the wind must be blowing more than I thought because that actually pushed it right back to the shortstop position. Nice job by Mancini.
Now, let me tell you, somebody earlier said, thank God this game's not in Ocean City because of the crowd size,
right.
not because it's not a great field and facility.
Right.
So we played Ocean City in a playoff game. You know the win there.
Oh,
So somebody hits a ball. We have a runner on third. Somebody hits a ball onto 6th Street there, Bay Avenue. Nobody. The guy ran. Nobody in the field moved. The ball blew back, landed right in front of the catcher. The guy reached first base. We scored and won the game 1-0.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And Ocean City, we were the 16 seed, and we beat Delsea in round 1 and beat them in round 2.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Then ran into a kid named Billy Santa Maria.
Oh, yeah.
In round 3.
Know that name well.
And that didn't go so well.
Nah. He was throwing darts back then.
Yes, he was. He was at Lakewood, and they beat us 8-0. The 3-0, the 0-2 pitch, and Elliott goes down swinging for the second time today, and there's 2 away here in the third.
A little surprised by that as Elliott definitely a contact hitter, striking out so far twice in this game early. Sure, plenty of time to pick it up and contribute to this Mainland squad.
Here's a name for you, Doug. You might remember this. Ocean City had a left-hander named Steve Adams that threw.
Yeah.
And, boy, was he was tough. Petty with a big swing and a miss.
What's funny, Mike, you hear all about how hard high school guys are throwing these days. People forget there were some pretty hard throwers in the 80s and 90s. Santa Maria, J.M. Gold was throwing about 98, 99 for Tom's River North.
Yeah.
Even Rod Velarde, who coaches Atlantic Cape, he was throwing low to mid-90s for Tom's River South.
I think Losey missed that one.
I would agree with you. I was just about to say, you beat me to the punch because I'm like, Chris, did you see that pitch?
The 1-1 from Brady, who's dealing right now. He's feeling it. Downstairs to Petty, 2-1.
I think Losey he had a mirror and he's too busy looking at himself and making sure he looks pretty.
Well, you got some umpire royalty today. You got Jerry Wilgus out there as well as John Galante, along with Chris Losey.
2 balls and a strike
Losey.
to Chase Petty. And he takes that one over for a
he
called
got that
strike.
one. He got that one right.
The difference is, though, Sully, Ocean City has 4 of those arms.
Yeah.
Used to have 1 in the whole league.
Right. Yep.
There was a guy here and there that threw hard.
Yep.
They have 4.
Yep.
4 Division I pitchers on this Ocean City team.
Well, I'm just saying people act like no one's ever thrown as hard as Chase Petty,
Yeah.
and they've been throwing that hard since
probably
time
remember
began.
the
But we didn't see as
Rivera
many.
brothers.
Right.
Walter Johnson back in the 30s was probably
yeah.
throwing about 98, 99.
Steve
Boy, you
Rivera
going
and
back.
Vic Rivera.
Night
When
train.
you got stuck facing one of those two for Vineland, it was not a fun day. The 2-2 pitch. And Petty hits one hard to short, backhanded by Mancini.
Nice play.
Across the diamond and makes the play. So, 3 up, 3 down in the Mustangs half of the third. We head to the top of the fourth. Ocean City 3, Mainland nothing on BFA Sports.
All right, so
And we're back here at Mainland, and appreciate everybody tuning in, watching on BFA Live Sports, our YouTube channel, also the PressOfAtlanticCity.com, and Nicholas Huba, sports editor, going down memory lane with you, Mike Gill, as he tweets. JM Gold?
He mentioned JM Gold.
Yeah.
Come on,
So-
Huber, you're better than that. Those paper guys don't listen to the facts. Witness, Sully said JM Gold, because I never heard of him before, and I heard you say it. Popped up to center. Sheeran gives chase, and Sands calls him off and makes the grab here to start things off in the top of the fourth. Jack Perry, 1 pitch and 1 out. When you're on pitch count, guys, the 1 pitch, 1 out is a breath of fresh air.
Oh, yeah. Well, you mentioned Santa Maria. That guy was throwing gas back then.
Yeah.
And he had, like, nasty slider. He was virtually unhittable that year for Lakewood.
Here's Lee Brandt, the 9-hitter. This is the area where they scored the runs, guys. 6, 7, 8, 9. They bunted 4 times in that inning.
Yeah. In a game like this, if you can get anything out of the bottom of your lineup, that really puts a lot of pressure on the other team.
Well, and you know this, like, you know, we're doing the Mainland game. They scored the one game. They got a couple of runs up in Trenton because Sands hit the double. They had a couple of hits at the bottom. Sheeran's had some big hits.
Yeah, if you could turn it over with guys on base to guys like, for Mainland, you know, Elliott, Cole Campbell, Brody Levin, you get those guys up with guys on base, it's a whole new ballgame. I mean, today they've struggled to get anybody on base because Gannon Brady's pitching a great game, but
That ball's laced into left field. A base hit for the 9-hitter, Ben Lebrand.
nice piece of hitting by the 9-hitter.
Yeah, and you know, you get that first out, you got the 9-hitter, you're thinking, all right, we got a chance here, as Lebrand just puts the heart of the bat right through it and laces that into left field. And you're feeling, all right, we got the first out on 1 pitch, you got the 9-hole hitter here. It gets a little deflating when he rips one on you and turns it back over.
Yeah, Lee Brandt sitting back on that curveball and waiting on it and driving it to left field.
And here's Gannon Brady, who, you know, guys, we mentioned he's pitching, and it felt like a moment, and he rips that double. Very clairvoyant by the BFA team here.
You know her? I went to school with Claire.
I don't know, but I got people texting me. My buddy Don Siglin, he said something about a home run. I don't remember you ever hitting a home run, dude.
Who?
He says, don't forget to
Little
mention
League
the
doesn't
bomb
count.
I hit against Ocean City.
Yeah,
I
Little
didn't
League
play with
All-Stars don't count.
It was like,
no, but
it
I'll
was
tell
like
you,
30 feet foul.
the fun of it is that people from all generations and times are – this game and this crowd is bringing baseball to this area to another level, guys.
oh, it's an incredible crowd.
Chris
Awesome.
Losey just called a balk.
Shocker.
So
Lebrand up to second base on the balk. You know, I don't know, Sully, how long has Glory Days been covering games down here?
2013 was our first season,
All right, so
spring 2013.
7 years. There's a ground door short. Luke Sharp up
This is
over
our
it,
eighth year.
crossed the diamond and an out. So 8 years in Glory Days. And so you were, you know, right after the Trout kind of era.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would you say this is the biggest South Jersey baseball game that you've covered? Between two schools, you know, you might have a state final between St. Augustine and someone from out of the area, but
Right.
two teams in the same league.
in their backyard.
I mean, and this has
locale,
happened.
right?
I believe this happened a couple years ago. I want to say, was that a
2014?
final?
Was it 2014?
It might have been, yeah, the year that Mainland won. I
Nick
think.
Cuba, why don't you give me the facts on that, pal?
I don't have quite the photographic memory that Mike McGarry does with all this history, but
Up and away.
I believe they played for a final
I
a
think
couple
they
years
did.
ago,
I
and it
think
was
they-
like a wild win by Mainland in Ocean City.
I think they
like a
did, but I
9-inning
think,
game.
like you say, Ocean
Sully
City's
on the
got
spot.
four. They got 4 Division I pitchers. You've got a guy going possibly in the first round over here. I mean, just the.
I didn't do that deep of a dive in my pregame research.
Oh, you can only hit us with one thing, right? That was it. That was your big move.
Well, one good nugget. I didn't do a deep dive into 7 years ago.
Our first base camera operator.
Sharp fields the line drive from Hogue, and that'll do it for the.
Yes, our first base camera operator, as we watched the line out here to end the frame, he wanted to let you all know that there's no way that in the 80s and 90s there was somebody throwing a hundy in high school.
Nobody said Hundy.
Yeah, JM Gold was throwing about 100.
I don't know.
98 to 100. He was filling it up.
Chime in, everybody. You're watching BFA Sports live coverage of the South Jersey Sectional Group 3 Final. We'll be back.
All right, back here in the bottom of the fourth inning as Mainland is up to bat, down 3-0. They'll send Levin, Campbell, and Sheeran to face senior right-hander Gannon Brady. Brady has a double that drove in a couple of Red Raider runs. They lead at 3-0, and he's on the mound throwing a shutout. Sounds very standard for him.
Well, Mike, isn't there a different way that the radar guns work nowadays, where they're clocking it out of the hand instead of when it comes to the plate?
I had this conversation with, and that ball is looped into left center field, and the base hit. So
it got by him.
It got by McCarron. It's going to go all the way to the fence.
Oh,
and
he's going for
rounding
three.
second, going for third is Levin to
It's gonna be
throw. He's late, and a headfirst slide for Brody Levin. So it's a single and a two-base error to start things off here in the fourth.
Great heads-up base running by Levin. Seeing it get past the center fielder. So he rounds second and chugs into third.
That's why you busted out of the box, especially in a championship game.
To answer your question, Sully, I had Tommy Green on the radio with me. And we were having that exact conversation. He said, well, the guns are different now, where they get them from
Yeah, they're
your
picking
hand.
it up out of the hand rather than when it crosses the plate.
Correct.
So there might be a mile or two, maybe 3 miles an hour difference.
Here's Campbell after the single and two-base error. So Levin's on third with nobody out here in the fourth. A chance for Mainland.
Al, is it just me or these two guys sound like they feel like they were overlooked back in the 90s?
Well, absolutely.
I was overlooked with good reason, with very good reason. I was a 5'6", 150-pound second baseman who couldn't barely hit the ball at the infield.
We were both we're both about 5'6", but I was, probably more like 135, and I
Wasn't
don't
me.
think we're that way now.
By the way,
so,
Tommy Green said it, and he pitched in the majors, not me.
So I'm still 5'6", but it's like more like 225. It doesn't fit very well symmetrically.
We actually had Tommy Green on the anniversary of his no-hitter. 30 years ago he
Did
threw
you really?
that no-hitter. Yep.
Oh, wow.
30 years
T.
ago
Green.
he threw that no-hitter.
Love
30.
Tommy Green. Love Tommy.
Point being, Mike, there were guys throwing gas in the 90s, 80s,
They
70s,
were.
60s. Like it's not some phenomenon that kids are throwing hard. They've always been able to throw hard.
Again, and Brady, by the way, who doesn't overpower you, is throwing a gem here, but he's got some trouble. 2-2 pitch. Looping curve is up and just out of the zone, and now Campbell has a full count. Sheeran waits on deck, followed by Christian Elliott. Levin's over at third.
This is the part of the lineup where you want to start getting some runs here if you're Mainland.
Brady's pitch. Fouled, skied high to right field. Noonan's back on it. Underneath, makes the grab.
Hit fairly deep.
And the run is going to tag and score. So Brody Levin crossed the plate for Mainland, and the Mustangs have their first run of this Saturday afternoon to make it a 3-1 ball game. So Campbell gets the job done.
Nice work by Cole Cameron to make it an effective at bat to get the productive run. And Mainland is on the board.
Kind of hit it where it was pitched, a little up and away on the zone. He skied it to right field.
And he hit it pretty deep.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was almost warning track there.
Gave that a ride.
Well, this is kind of Mainland's philosophy when they do get down in the middle to late innings is get one back per inning, and so you can go in that seventh inning down by 1 or 2, so you're within striking distance when you're down at your last at bat.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if they have try to get the runner into scoring position in this spot. Actually, I should say, never mind. Because it's hard to get in scoring position from the dugout, isn't it?
Right. Ground control to Major
nice.
Doug. Hey,
There was a leadoff man on
what
third.
planet is Doug on? Is that
Yeah.
one over there?
Anyway, I knew that friggin' was coming.
Grounded towards third. Perry backs up
Oh,
and
nice.
gets by him. And a foul ball.
Just foul.
Yeah, well, Joe Sheeran has been clutch. I mean, all season long, anytime they needed a spark, he seems to come up in a big spot and trying to keep the rally going here.
Well, point being, you might see a little bit of small ball in a spot where you might not normally expect it. Fifth inning, you're down 3-1. You don't typically want to give up outs at that point of the game, but you might see them bunt a guy in a scoring position, give up an out to get one run so that they're only trailing by 1 going into the seventh.
2 balls and a strike to Sheeran. And that one is lifted towards center. McCarron coming up. The left fielder, Liebrandt can't get it. And it just kind of fell into no man's land. McCarron was running. Liebrandt was running. Mancini kind of circled off, and it falls in, and Sheeran is on first base.
The Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, Mancini looked like he had it called, but he might have been called off by the left fielder. But here it is again. Yep.
And that is going to cue a visit from assistant coach.
I think in that situation, the center fielder's got to call him off. I mean, that was deep enough into the outfield where one of those outfielders has to come in a little bit harder and take control from the short. That's a tough play for a shortstop going back, and you're kind of twisting around, not really sure your bearings.
Yeah, but from a body language standpoint, look, Mancini had control of it. Looked like he had
It did, yeah.
but
I think that's why
we're surprised,
McCarron kind of slowed up a little bit.
Well, let's see. I mean, McCarron was kind of
it's
playing.
McCarron.
Yeah, let's run that back while we have a time here, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean,
Replay that
it
scene last
almost looked like McCarron thought that
well,
that
because
Mancini was camped under it.
Yeah, well, McCarron is. It
Slow
looked
it
like
down.
it's more towards left. I mean, the shortstop's out. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, he got called off. You could tell him turn his head. He turned his head on purpose because he was called off.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of those things, too, though, where the left fielder's thinking, if no one else is calling it, I'll be the guy that says it. That's probably.
Yeah, but look how deep he's playing. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a long run for the left fielder.
Yeah, they do have the outfield kind of deep here.
Well, no doubles defense. You're holding on to a lead.
And here's Elliott, the left fielder for Mainland today. Christian Elliott, brother of Mark.
Yeah, so don't blink now. Mainland now starting to put a little something together, even though it's kind of fluky hits. But big triple to lead off by Levin. And now Sheeran on first base. The opportunity maybe to get another run apart. Maybe play small ball with only one out. To your point, Sully.
The 1-1 pitch from Gannon Brady, the senior, deals. And that one's up over the head of Elliott. And Rapetti just got his catcher's mitt around that one. The one issue, you got a small backstop here. Sometimes it negates that part of the game. The 2-1 pitch. Up and in on Elliott, 3-1. Sands on deck. 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. 3-1 Ocean City. The winner advances. The 2-2 swung on, and
Here's a little bit of a fun tidbit, Mike. The winner of this game plays Colts Neck. My brother's an assistant coach there.
how about that?
So
Little inside information, eh?
they had a walk-off win against Northern Burlington yesterday. Kid hit he hit a grand single.
Huh.
Walk-off grand single. They mobbed him at second base. He didn't get to home, so it went down as a 3-2 win instead of a 6-2 win.
The 2-2 from Gannon Brady swung on and missed, and Elliott goes down swinging.
Came
and
right back.
there's two
sorry,
away.
sorry about that, Mike, but came right back with that same pitch. Right in on the hands. To get Elliott swinging.
That's a great job by Brady. That's a big out.
Yeah, that is a big out.
To work back from that 3-1 count.
That'll bring up Sands, who singled back in the second. Runner on first is Sheeran, 2 away. Ocean City scored 3 in the second. That's where they are. 1 here in the 4th for Mainland. Brady over to first. Sheeran back in. Got a sac fly from Cole Campbell here. Clayton Sands, a senior.
Not to take anything away from any other Mustangs, but this kid oozes baseball. He just looks like a baseball player. His
Yeah,
whole
he
presence.
loves it too. He
Oh
loves
my
the game.
God, I love it.
I don't know that he'll be playing at the next level, but man, what a asset to have in your high school baseball program. A kid like this who's gonna first guy at the field every day, last guy to leave, just loves the game.
And that deuce is just up.
Nice work by Lowe's to leave that one. No, I like the call. You gave me the look. It's okay. It was just a little bit out of the zone.
He's had a pretty good strike zone today. This home plate umpire.
Well, for a change.
1-1. That one's over.
there you
for a
go.
called
Look at
strike.
Losey.
Yeah, when Gannon Brady starts getting that big looping curve
Yeah, that's
ball
tough pitch
over,
to hit.
Yep. That's been his signature pitch throughout his career. A ball and 2 strikes.
He's going to go home. He's going to be beaming.
Over to first. Sheeran back.
What a crowd here, man. They're
Yeah,
they're
it's
3 and
amazing.
4 deep in the outfield.
This is like a football game.
Jerry Wilgus over at first base.
Fastball
nice
over.
pitch,
Called
nice
strike.
pitch.
And Sands knew it. And that'll do it for the Mustangs. They leave one on. They get one. It's 3-1 Ocean City. We head to the 5th.
All right, and we are back live here at Linwood. We're watching BFA Sports coverage of the South Jersey Sectional Group 3 Final. Doug Stasek alongside with Mike Gill, my brother from another, Al Fisher.
Look at this crowd, man. You just got a good shot of – that's just one side of things. Leading off here in the 5th, catcher Joe Rapetti, 3, 4, and 5 Red Raiders due up this inning. I mean, if we take a look from center field over to right field and down that sideline, I mean, it's absolutely packed here.
Couldn't find a parking spot. I had to park all the way back out in another zip code to try to get over here. There's a shot of it.
Left field on the JV side, if you're familiar with this ballpark. That ball's hit towards Petty, who makes the grab.
Petty, known for his arm, could field the position as well, as he had a flair for the dramatics at second base, I guess last Saturday, Doug, I think it was, while you guys were calling the game.
Yeah, he
I
made
tried
that
my
play
best
at
to do
second base.
Yeah.
That really, I mean, I thought everybody thought that thing got through.
Yeah.
There's Chase. Ground ball towards third. Wood off the chest. He gets in front. He spins, and he can't get it out. And there's a one-out base runner, so Noonan's aboard.
Yeah, another hot shot at Wood. Tough one to handle. Thought he had a chance to maybe get the runner, but
Wood has had a couple of hard-hit balls his way today.
Hot corner. That's why they call it the hot corner.
Here's Finnegan, has struck out twice. His buddy Matt Noonan over at first base. Finnegan's going to have a talk with Andrew Bristol here. You think Finnegan's up there to bunt? You got a guy 6'7". Is he laying down a bunt?
No. I
listen, in this kind of game, everything's out the window.
Let me tell you, I mean,
that's when you bunt, when you least expect
He will be
it.
PO, I would imagine, the rest of his life here. Get used to bunting, pal. This is a spot we need you to do it. How many times has Tom Finnegan been asked to bunt in his life? And he's not here. He swings and drive one to left field. Back on it is Elliott, who can't get it. It takes a hop off the fence. Rounding second into third is Noonan, and into second base with a double is Tommy Finnegan.
Yeah, Noonan had to hold up because he didn't know if the left fielder was going to make that grab. Tried his best to take a leaping effort at the fence.
That's a tough spot to be in. Talk about, major leagues, you get heckled with guys in the outfield. There's fans all the way up against the fence. You see Elliott probably get a chance to take another look at this real quick there, Ryan. He put a charge into this ball.
He did. He got a perfect swing on this. You see Elliott going back, and he kind of jumps here, guys. And I think he just realized I'm out of room. And there's a student section.
Student section hanging over the fence.
It's like a basketball game with the student section riding you, and Finnegan's going to come out, and they're going to get a runner in for Finnegan here. We'll get you that name in just a second.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, so Noonan had to hold up because he wasn't sure if Elliott was going to make that catch.
Jack Rogers is the runner. So Rogers runs for Finnegan.
Nick.
First pitch swinging, Mancini.
Is our tent, our BFA tent is blowing apart in center field right now.
No, it's not locked in.
It's all theater of the mind, Doug. Theater of the mind. Fastball over for a called strike.
Looks like I'm going to multitask. I might have to hold the tent down while we're here.
Huh.
I'll stand. Thanks, Nick.
The 0-2. Hit towards right center field. Sands makes the grab. Noonan tags up from third. And Ocean City tacks another one on. They lead it 4-1 here in the 5th.
Big run for the Red Raiders to get that run across the board. It's Mainland trying to gain some momentum. Ocean City answers back.
Jack Rogers, the runner, in for Finnegan. He did not move up on the play, so he's still at second base. That brings up McCarron. Pitch is over for a called strike. Duke McCarron is a Ventnor resident, a choice school. And McCarron takes that one over for a called strike. He's heading to Maryland to pitch.
That run's going to go as unearned because it was an E5 on
Correct.
Noonan's ground ball. So Elliott's still doing a good job of getting the outs when he needs to, but unfortunately they're outs when you got runners in scoring position.
Pitch is up and away. Ball and 2 strikes, and you got to start thinking about the pitch count too. They're in the 5th here. Ball and 2 strikes to Duke McCarron. McCarron hits one hard on the ground to Wood. Wood over to first. Levin makes the grab, and that'll do it for the Red Raiders here in the 5th. But not before they tack another one on. They lead it 4-1. We head to the bottom of the 5th on BFA Sports.
You're getting ripped. Whoever held Tom McKeever, his commentary is so bad. It's the 4th inning, talking about it being the 6th inning, small ball. Seriously? And the Walter back on. Hey, thanks for the warning, guys. That's awesome. Anyway.
Well, welcome back because we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Mainland trying to answer back after they scored a run in the bottom of the 4th. Ocean City answering back. And I'm going to hand it right back over to our main man, Mike Gill.
Here's Sammy Wood leading things off here in the 5th. Skies one high. Mancini, McCarron makes the call, and this time he makes the call vividly and makes the catch. One away here in the 5th.
Vividly, aggressively, loudly, whatever you want to say. That was boisterous.
Definitely heard him that time. I'm sure he was told, that's your ball. Make sure you take charge out there. You're in center field. Well, Gannon Brady typically would play center field. He's pitching today. Now he doesn't pitch every game, so McCarron does play a lot of center field, but Brady plays center on days he doesn't pitch. And here's a Gigian.
Gigian popped out to third base his last time up. If you already said that, I do apologize. Oh, shortstop, as I'm being corrected. I got to get my numbers right, Mike. Maybe I need to go back to school. What do you think?
6'5".
Whatever.
Whatever it takes. Positionally, it means a lot, though.
Pitch is fouled off the screen.
Just want to give a shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. We know there's a watch party going on at Charlie's in Summers Point. Some of you are watching on the PressAtlanticCity.com. And we always appreciate the feedback in the YouTube chat, which I think you guys clearly heard me actually read one or two to you guys
I
as
didn't
we
hear
came back on. Oh, no, we did, because there's a bunch of laughing faces from
good.
JV. So, yeah, good times.
Pitch from Brady. Swing and a miss. And he struck him out. So Ajijian goes down on strikes. It's the 2nd out of the inning. And here comes Mark Elliott, who has struck out twice today.
This is my first day broadcasting, Doug. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best, buddy.
Well, we're both failures of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. We're dropouts, or did they throw us out? I don't remember.
Well, we still haven't had a class with that Chris Losey who's behind the dish, so we still have a class with him.
7 strikeouts for Brady.
Got to have fun with it, Mikey Gill.
If I could see over the outfield fence, it would be helpful.
Yeah, well, so to recap on the stream, so there's so many people that are here, it actually drowned out the first signal that we had up. So then we went to a backup.
That ball's hit towards left center, right center field. Back on it is
Oh!
Noonan and McCarron. They collide. The ball hits the
the deck. Elliott rounds second. He's into third.
This has been a game of miscommunication in the outfield for Ocean City. You'll see it right here.
Oh, boy.
Clearly, oh, man, that's tough. Hopefully nobody got hurt on that one.
Yeah, those are the kind of hits you only want to see if you're Ocean City over at Cary Stadium. Certainly not out here.
Yeah, a well-coached, a very good defensive team in Ocean City. You're surprised to see that so far in this game. It's happened twice in left field and in right center.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one where the center fielder calls it. He gets any ball he wants. He's number one in the outfield, and you just don't know if Noonan didn't hear him or no one spoke up. And Noonan clearly looked like he was there to make the catch, and just a little lack of communication, I imagine. And those two guys collided. McCarron is get checked on to see if they're okay. Andrew Bristol is out to talk to his center fielder. And now you got a runner at third with 2 outs, and here's Petty. And a big moment for Petty again here in these playoffs. The Mustangs have come back from behind in all of their games. They are trailing 4-1. Mark Elliott, with that error in the outfield, is on third base, and Petty has a chance to make this a one-run game with one swing of the bat.
Well, he's certainly not the guy that you want to see right now with the bat in your hand if you're anybody wearing red. Petty has come up clutch time and again when his team has needed him the most. It's just like the ice starts to pump through his veins.
And it's almost like you expect it right now. You expect to see him hit a bomb at this point. Not to put any pressure on him. We're calling it from here, but in any event, Chase Petty is known for the dramatics with his arm, with his glove, with his bat. He did it only a couple of games ago in the 6th inning with a 3-run bomb to bring it to 7-all against Triton. Here we go.
So here's Petty with a runner on third. 2 outs in the 5th. Brady's pitch is inside. Ball 1. You got Brody Levin, the senior, on deck. The 1-0 from Brady. Curveball outside.
I thought Losey was making a call as a strike
He was
there, but that was
the
good.
first baseman if he
Good.
went.
Yep, no, he
First
did.
base umpire.
Oh, I thought he was asking everybody to please rise when he had his hand going up.
2-0 to Chase Petty.
You're supposed to do that when he enters a room.
That pitch
Oh,
is
my.
hit.
Oh, boy.
Catch
Coming
it,
right
Mike
at
Hill.
us.
Center field.
Coming right at
Aaron
us.
is back and makes the grab
Wow.
right in front of the fence.
Nice job,
And that will
McCarron.
do it for Mainland here in the bottom of the 5th. Petty gave it a charge, but not far enough.
McCarron gave a look over to the crowd over here at Mainland. Fans chirping at him as he made that catch. Maybe he'll catch it. Right at the end now. A lot of energy here today.
A lot of baseball left to play in this 3-run battle as well.
4-1 as we head to the 6th here on BFA. All right, back here in the top of the 6th, Ocean City will send up Perry, Leibrandt, and Brady, 8, 9, and 1. They'll face Mark Elliott with a score of 4-1 here in the 6th. First pitch from Elliott is over for a called strike 1.
Got a couple people asking about pitch counts that are watching. And, guys, we are out in center field because of the setup behind the backstop today. So to answer that question, we're not sure.
That one must just missed.
Yeah, if you notice behind the
home plate area. They have a tarp up behind the plate, which is normally where we would be set up. But because of that, we are stationed way out in center field.
Nobody puts baby in the corner, but they put BFA Sports in center field.
That ball skied high to left. Elliott tight to the line. Makes the grab one way.
Here it is again on the BFA replay. So Elliott fields his position like a pro, handles it, good footwork, gets underneath it, makes it routine.
That'll bring up Ben Lebrand. The Ocean City left fielder has singled twice in this game. Pitches outside. 2-0.
I'm glad you knew what he did because I have lines that he was on base, but I didn't put down what he did. So thank you very much for covering me with your color-coded pens, Mr. OCD himself.
Just helps to follow the game along.
Listen, don't take it like I'm picking on you. I'm having fun with you.
Look, there's a little thing up here that says 1B. You just circle it.
Oh, yeah, I need that. Well, I don't have that. I have to write it in.
Well, sometimes if you actually showed up, you're like Losey. You show up like 6 minutes before the game and then you just jump in the seat.
Thank
So-
God
Don't get 'em started.
Thank God you're doing it now and not when I got here.
Don't get them started.
Thank God because
That pitch is down and in, ball 4. And Lebrand draws a 1-out walk, and that turns the lineup to the top. And here comes Gannon Brady.
Yes, this is going to be the 4th time through the lineup now facing Elliott. So as a coach, this is usually when you probably got to think that leash gets a little bit shorter.
I would imagine that Will Hoover would be next up after Elliott today.
Don't see any action in the Mustang quasi-bullpen.
Looks like there is a little action in the Ocean City bullpen.
look at this crowd. Unbelievable.
Looks like lefty Matt Noonan is warming up for Ocean City. Brady, of course, is pitching. He's at the plate, but he is cruising along on the mound, but getting Noonan just in case. You got the middle of the Mainland lineup. That one gets by Campbell, and advancing a base is Lebrand, and he is now in scoring position. And here's Brady, who doubled home a couple of runs back in the second, has a chance to add some insurance here in the 6th. Gannon Brady, a senior. Elliott, a senior. That one's laced to short, or to second, and Petty makes the grab and almost doubles off Lebrand, who gets diving back in. So Petty with the grab.
Yeah, but
There's
good,
two away.
Good base running by Lebrand, though, to have his head on the swivel. Ball was lined right at Petty. No play at second base. It's nice work by Lebrand.
Down the right field line, and foul is Ben Hogue, the second baseman for Ocean City.
And now with 2 outs, that was a big out for Elliott right there.
Nothing in 1 to Ben Hogue.
Yeah, Hogue reached on an error at third. His first at bat, popped out to first, and lined out to short. He's 0 for 3 technically today.
2-1. Ben Hogue.
Mainland's got to keep the runs off the.
Up and in. 3-1.
Yeah, big spot for Elliott to make sure he keeps Ocean City off the board in this inning. So Mainland can possibly come back. They've got only 6 outs left in this ball game to scratch out a possible win. They got to get this out first.
Ball's outside, ball 4, and that'll send Hogue to first base. So 2 runners on with 2 away, and there comes Joe Rapetti.
Yeah, right to the number 3 spot. 3 spot in the order. This young man is a tough out to get, so Elliott will have his hands full.
Rapetti has struck out, popped to third, and lined out to second base in this one. 2 away, the chance to tack on some more. They lead it 4-1 here in the 6th. Pitch to Rapetti, hit to the right side, base hit, it's through.
Got
And
by him.
coming around to score, Sands can't get it, and another run's coming around.
Hoag's going to score. Over to third, and at third, safe, sliding in head first is Repetti. And the Red Raiders now lead it 6-1.
And we just said tough out on Repetti. He comes up clutch in a big spot, knocks in 2, and it's now a 6-1 ball game. Favor of Ocean City.
So a single and an error brings 2 more home. Repetti slides safely into third, and Ocean City is cruising all of a sudden on an RBI single from Joe Repetti. And Hoag hustling all the way around from first to score as they were off with 2 outs on the crack of the bat. And here's Matt Noonan. And now it looks like Duke McCarron is also warming up in the Ocean City bullpen. So they are making sure that they have their arms ready to go.
Matt Noonan flew out to right field, struck out, reached on an error his last time up.
Elliott, the 1-1. That's down and away. And that ball is over. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and Elliott leaves one on, but not before 2 runs come across. Ocean City 6, Mainland 1. We head to the bottom of the 6 on BFA Sports. All right, here we are in the bottom of the 6. Mainland down to their final 6 outs here. They trail 6-1. So a lot of 6 on the board. 6 for Ocean City, bottom of the 6. 6 outs to go. Mainland has come back in all of their playoff games. Do they have another run left in them? We're about to find out here on BFA Sports as Brody Levin, Cole Campbell, and Joe Sheeran will face Gannon Brady here in the 6th.
Does Mainland have the flair for dramatic? Again, left in that genie bottle, if you will.
Brody Levin scored the lone run for the Mustangs today, and he fouls another one off back off the screen. He has struck out, reached on a single and an error, which allowed him to get all the way to third base. And he scored on a sac fly from Cole Campbell. That's the 1 Mainland run today.
I can't imagine Gannon Brady's pitch count being up there too high because he's actually had a lot of 3 and outs, except for 1 inning back in the 2nd inning. So he's probably still pretty strong in that mound like a horse that he is.
Looks like Will Hoover is up in the Mainland bullpen, the left-hander. We'll see if he comes on for Mainland. That pitch is downstairs for a ball. Gannon Brady, the senior, who has essentially been in big moments since he's entered the baseball stage. And here he is in a huge moment for Ocean City with a 6-1 lead. He wheels, fires, delivers, and strikes out. Brody Levin here to start things off in the 6th.
Nice pitch by Gannon Brady. Shows the curveball in the 0-2 count and then gets him with the high fastball.
And Cole Campbell, 0 for 1 with a sac fly today. Mustang catcher. As this crowd, a massive crowd, waiting to see who will have the dog pile today. Down and in, Ocean City just 5 outs away now from completing this. 17-7 entering this game. Campbell up and in from Gannon Brady. So it's 2-0 to Cole Campbell.
Yeah, we were referring to glory days and Mr. Sullivan and all that good stuff. The glory days is like a heavyweight bout. 1 versus 2. Obviously, 2 having the advantage right now. Frazier versus Ali.
The 2-0 down and away, so a 3-0 count. You know, and the uniqueness is, as we mentioned, you know, half these guys all played together on the same teams. They, you know, won World Series together. They played on great teams together, and now here they are as high school players playing against each other.
Got a little mixed emotions, obviously, but yeah, obviously you want to play for the
Brady's pitch is down, over for a called strike. A little low, but pitcher's pitch there. Oh, this is the bragging rights game if there's ever been one. Brady's pitch, up and in, ball 4. So Campbell draws a walk and a 1-out base runner for the Mustangs here in the 6th, and that's going to bring up Joe Sheeran, the Mainland center fielder. Yep, playing center field today.
Good at bat by Cole Campbell, getting on base with 1 out. And that's what Mainland needs right now, are base runners. They got to have base runners to be able to produce some runs.
Well, 6-1, you got to find that balance of being aggressive but also being patient. It's almost like you don't want to strike too soon.
That one's over for a called strike. Well, and the way Brady's going, you almost want to say, I know they got a lot of arms, but maybe give me somebody else. Give me somebody else I get a chance at. But Ocean City's loaded with arms, regardless of who's in there. Finnegan called off by Hogue, and Hogue makes the catch for the 2nd out here in the 6th.
How about that? Finnegan called off. Finnegan was underneath the baseball, and Hogue called him off, taking command.
Not always you're going to get to push around a giant.
No. Well, and Hogue has played so much shortstop in his life, so he's used to being the voice in the infield. Now, at the high school level, shifting over to second base, but that shortstop controls the infield, and he has that mentality. And a swing and a miss by Elliott as 2 away for Mainland here in the 6th. Christian Elliott walked and struck out. This is a senior up against a freshman. That off-speed pitch is off the plate.
It's amazing how different the tail end of this game was to the start at the beginning. I mean, the pressure that Ocean City put on by bunting and bunting and bunting, it was tremendous.
The 1-1. That one's over for a called strike. A big bender that had Brady falling off the mound. Yeah, that one inning in the 2nd, we had 4 bunts in that inning. You know, Mike McGarry was on with me yesterday and said, if you want to see baseball like it was played in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, come watch this game as Elliott goes down on strikes. And Brady walks off the mound 3 outs away from a state championship. We head to the 7th here. 6-1 Ocean City over Mainland on BFA Sports. All right, back here on BFA Sports as we head to the 7th inning. Mike Gill, Al Fisher, although it says Doug Stasic. No, I'm reverse. I'm sorry. That's Doug Stasic. That's Al Fisher.
Wait. Oh, no, you got it
Well,
right.
I'm looking on the screen. It's reverse on the screen.
Yeah,
that it
well,
actually is here.
welcome to Amateur Hour.
6-1's our score here on BFA Sports. 4 bunts in the second. Really the difference in this one.
Yeah, really, you don't really see that. I mean, obviously, you've never really seen it bunt, but give credit to Ocean City and being able to manufacture runs, and that gave them that early lead, 3-0. Now here we are, it's 6-1, and Doug, ready to get after it.
Sure are. It's go time. Running out of opportunities if you're the Mustangs, back against the wall, so it's up to Elliott to try to keep this door closed.
Yep, they got to hold him here. So Elliott here in the 7th with a 6-1 lead for Ocean City. Elliott got to hold him here. That ball's hit to left, and Elliott makes the grab.
Elliott and Elliott making the play.
That was Finnegan, by the way. Here's James Mancini.
And City had a single back in the second, flew out the left, and then had a sacrifice fly RBI in the top of the 5th. So he's currently 2 for 3 today. Actually, 1 for 2, sac fly, being a productive at bat. Plate appearance, but no at bat. Sorry about that, Mike.
By the way, down 5. Swing and a miss.
I couldn't help you on that one, Mike. I don't know.
Ball's fouled out of play.
We're not protected. Usually we're behind, home plate in a press box. Here, people just jumping into the booth.
Sands, Wood, and Njsiaa, by the way, they are 7, 8, 9 due up for Mainland
That was
in the 7th.
That was the guy with the colorful wig back in the 80s. You should always see on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
That was him right there. He just wasn't wearing a wig. For those of you who know that reference. Was it 80s, 90s, I think?
Swing and a miss by Mancini.
Man.
And he struck him out.
Mustangs holding on here. It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of strategy they deploy in the bottom of the 7th. But 5 runs, that's a big crooked number. In a big contest like this, they're going to have to come up with.
Here's McCarron, who singled, scored, struck out, and grounded out. And that one's over for a called strike.
It's funny. Elliott's got 6 runs plated by the Ocean City, but still, he still looks sharp.
Outside, off the plate, 1-1. The 1-1. And that ball's hit down the right field side, out of play. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Still a big crowd on hand here, even though it's a 5-run game. No one has left yet because the comeback kids are in the field down 5. The pitch, hit towards short, through the hole for a base hit for Duke McCarron. So McCarron is a 2-out base runner, and that'll bring up Jack Perry, the Ocean City third baseman.
Perry scored back in the 2nd inning, flew out to right field in the 4th, and flew out the left in the 6th.
It's the 33rd batter that Elliott has faced, so you got to think he's got to be pretty close.
Ground ball towards Sharp. Sharp bobbles, flips over to first.
Oh, what
makes
a
the
play.
play.
Oh, let's see that
Man,
again.
oh, man.
Look at
Up
this.
the middle. Let's see this one.
Man, this was awesome. Just the way he stayed with it.
Good concentration, great poise. Nice job.
That'll do it for Ocean City in the 7th. No runs, 1 left on. We head to the final 3 outs. It's 6-1 Ocean City on BFA Sports. Bottom 7, last licks for the Mustangs. They'll do it with 7, 8, 9. Sands, Woods, Ajijian here against Gannon Brady. The Red Raiders 3 outs away from a Group 3 state title. Mainland down by 5, looking to
Nick,
get a little.
Ready to go wireless. So
Mustangs are going to have to be patient at the plate. They show aggressive right off the giddy up. Pop this one
patient,
up.
he swings at the first pitch.
Wow.
And pops it out to right field. And Noonan's under it for the first one. And we have 1 down here in the 7th. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Gannon Brady.
Yeah, a little surprise there at the first pitch, first swing at the lead off this inning. Obviously, base runners are paramount for this squad.
Here's Sammy Wood. He's had the flair for the dramatics in these playoffs a couple of times back in that first game. He swings at the first pitch. Over to Perry. Perry across the diamond. Finnegan squeezes. And we've got 2 away here in the 7th. 1 out away for Ocean City. And Alex Ajijian.
Mike, I've been wrong about a lot of things, but I'm dead wrong about this one. So first pitch, first swing.
I like your philosophy, though. I don't think your thought process is wrong.
Little surprise, but yeah, obviously Mainland being aggressive, and they're going to stick by it.
And Brady, first pitch is up and away for a ball. 1-0. Mark Elliott, the leadoff man, waits on deck. Brady's pitch. Hit towards second, past Hogue, and a diving Finnegan. And the Mustangs continue to stay alive as Ajijian rips a single, and that'll bring up senior Mark Elliott.
big spot there by Ajijian. Just what you needed. Try to get back to the top of the lineup, but they have their work cut out for them. 2 outs back against the wall.
But back to the top of the lineup, though, and that's a big spot for Mainland. You never know what could happen, guys.
So Elliott, Petty on deck. Levin, these are the 3 seniors that have carried this program the last couple of years. Do they have a little 2-out lightning in them? Let's find out. Brady on the stretch. Pitch is fouled out of play.
I don't think anybody's taken a pitch, have they yet? Maybe one.
Gigi.
Yeah, Gigi took 1 pitch.
Elliott has struck out twice and reached base on an error. Pitch to Elliott, and he swings through it, and it's 0-2.
Nice pitch by Brady. Great breaking ball.
Down to the final strike here for Gannon Brady, the senior. He gets the sign from Joe Rapetti. From the stretch, the pitch, up and away, ball, and it's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to Mark Elliott. The Ajijian over at first.
Breaking ball away. I can see right here.
The 1-2. Breaking ball, hit on the ground towards Finnegan. Finnegan fields, flips over to Brady, and Ocean City has knocked off the top-seeded Mustangs. They win it 6-1. They are the South Jersey Group 3 champions.
Wow, fans are running on the field, breaking through the fence.
Look at
Look
this.
at this.
Unbelievable.
Pandemonium on the field. We got
Be
people falling all over the place.
B. Thompson. He's going
Is
to be
Pete
right
in the middle there yet?
He's about ready to be in the middle. Look out. There's the police on the field. This is awesome.
Well, you know what? Just well earned by the Raiders, and definitely a jubilant moment for them, and obviously played a great game against a very strong #1 seed in Mainland.
Man, I tell you, I think the strategy right from the Ocean City Red Raiders in the beginning, Coach Bristol electing to go with a whole bunch of bunts, I just think it was like getting caught drinking through the fire hose, and it was tough for the Mustangs to recover, and Ocean City never looked back, so they advance, and they will face Colts Neck, 8 semifinal. Man, oh man.
The line on Brady, 7 innings, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 hits, just 1 run, and that was an unearned run back in the 4th. It's the only run Mainland put on the board today, as Brady was masterful in this victory as Ocean City beats Mainland 6-1 here on this Saturday afternoon in a highly anticipated battle, but it was really old school small ball baseball. That was the difference, as you guys kind of chronicled there. That second inning, they got 3, and it was with the 6, 7, 8 hole hitters
bunted them over, and all three of them came around to score.
And Mike Gill, to that point, it's not pretty, but it's productive. It puts pressure on the other team, and now all of a sudden they got to get the lumber out and try to make up those 3 runs that were put on the board by Ocean City.
Well, just the 3 hits for Mainland, guys. They just couldn't get them, together. You had a hit by Sands, with a walk. They had 2 runners on there, but then that was with 2 outs. And every time they seemed to get something going, there was always 2 outs. And then there was one time they had a runner on, and then Brady struck out 2. So, Gannon Brady has been exactly what you want from a high school athlete throughout his career. He has been a leader. He's not flashy. He doesn't, he's a great kid off the field, great family. And I'll tell you, from the first time I ever met Gannon Brady, he had that Ocean City hat on. He loves being a Red Raider, and he showed it today.
Absolutely did. He was on the big player, big stage, and held it down well. So great job by Gannon Brady on the bump.
These guys just know each other so well on so many different levels, and that's what makes it a tough opponent. And that's where a tip of the cap, again, to Coach Bristol, because you have to sometimes come up with something they may not anticipate or something they don't know about you. And I can't remember seeing Ocean City much this year having to be in a position to deploy the strategy to, try to bunk guys on. But, man, oh, man, it was the difference maker. I got to give it to them.
And not to take anything away from the Red Raiders in this big win today, but obviously there were some big plays in the outfield that opened the door for Mainland. They were unable to capitalize, unfortunately. So, again, tip of the cap goes back to Gannon Brady to be able to pull them out of those situations.
Yeah, so, again, challenging day all around. Want to thank everybody for tuning in here on BFA Live Sports. We're out here in center field. You can see the shot now, and I assure you that center field out here in Linwood is not 300 feet. Just so happens to be what the sign says. But again, tip of the cap to the Ocean City Red Raiders and tip of the cap to the Mainland Mustangs. Certainly one of the most absolutely memorable seasons that we can ever recall.
It really is, and I saw somebody on the stream, the Gerace family, and they were a part of the last time Mainland was able to win with Kyle Gerace, who pitched that team. And look, sometimes it's just not your day, and I think Mainland has had their day. They've had so many days where they've had to come from behind. They've had the big hits. They've had a storybook type of season, but sometimes there's a team that story is just a little bit better. That doesn't make your story a bad one. Mainland had a great story this year.
And the story, even though it ends today, it speaks volumes of what they did. Obviously, won ball games to get to this championship game, and tip of the cap to Mainland and the season they had.
And by the way, this Mainland team was one of the teams that has helped put South Jersey baseball on the map. They have consistently been one of the top programs. They're going to stay in that spot. Gone next year are Mark Elliott, Chase Petty, Brody Levin, and Clayton Sands. A lot of this crew is coming back, and they should be. By the way, there's Nick Wagner. His son was injured in the first game of the year. He did not play for most of the season. He played that game against Holy Spirit and torn his labrum. So they got some bats coming back next year, and this should be a fun Mainland team again. But Ocean City is the story today. They advance, and this is a team, guys, filled with seniors as well that have played together, and they're going to get a chance now to win a true state championship.
Well, lots to potentially celebrate, but it's only going to be a short burst because they got to turn around. I believe the next game is already on Tuesday. The fact that Brady was able to go the distance also going to help them when they take on Colts Neck, because you're going to have Finnegan back, you're going to have Noonan, and going in with that kind of arsenal, certainly you got to think that's going to put them in a really good spot to make a splash and hopefully represent South Jersey in a state title game.
You mentioned it, Doug. They threw Brady today. He's their gamer, but they've got 3 Division I arms. He's going to Fordham. Finnan's going to Vanderbilt. Noonan's going to Boston College. McCarron's going to Maryland. If I'm the coach, I pick him out of a hat and have a great day.
Amen to that. And by the way, you know what? Let's get a shot of these colorful pens that Mike Gill used during his broadcast. I mean, I got to add a little something to this.
Yeah,
I mean, these guys
you're
are
colorful.
Talking to me about
Besides
my
colorful.
pens all day here. My book is immaculate.
It is
you gotta
immaculate.
show him. You got to show him.
Yeah,
I don't know that he can see the book. All right, you want to see the book?
See if we can get it,
There's
Pete.
the book.
Yeah, there it is.
That's how you do a scorebook in baseball, folks.
Yeah,
right there.
No question about it. And here is how you celebrate a sectional title here over on camera number 4. You can see they're getting ready for the team photo. But our boy Pete Thompson, got to take the nameplate off there, Ryan. As I don't think that's – well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
And
it's just been fantastic. So, I mean, again, we really appreciate Pete being here as well, bringing some up-close and personal shots all day long.
Hi, Pete.
Hi,
There he is, the big PT. Charles did a great job in center field. The whole crew today has obviously a challenging look. Calling high school baseball, these fields were not put together for live broadcast, and the fact that we're pulling this off is pretty cool. Doing a game from center field, not ideal. So we apologize if you might lose the angle of a ball or this, but the fact that people at home get a chance on a Saturday to do something they've never done, watch a high school baseball finals like this, I think it's pretty cool, and everybody that was a part of it, great job, and thanks to them. And, of course, we'll see what's next. You got Spirit, you've got the Prep, you've got Ocean City from the area, all still alive.
3 Cape Atlantic League teams.
Ooh.
So how about that?
All right.
Says a lot about South Jersey baseball, guys.
He really does. And, by the way, thanks to Dave O'Sullivan, who jumped on and provided some good commentary for a couple innings there as well. That'll do it for us here on this Saturday afternoon from Mainland. Once again, the final. Ocean City 6, Mainland 1. Ocean City is the South Jersey Group 3 champion for 2021, which, by the way, this high school season has been a wild and wacky one, but the baseball season has brought some normalcy back, and it was great to see it, and Ocean City captures that championship. So the final score, Ocean City 6, Mainland 1, here on BFA Sports.